We have a construction update on the massive Saudi project, The Line, which is basically a linear smart city currently under construction in Nami, Saudi Arabia. Nami is where they're developing several different multi-billion-dollar mega projects. An estimated $500 billion is being invested into the area, and construction for the line originally started back in April of 2022. The current construction status signifies about 20% of the essential infrastructure is already in place. Some people a little bit confused by that. You're just seeing in all of these different photos the line area being excavated, the foundation. And then you can see from this comment, 20% of completion is misleading. Satellite images show it's just being dug. So yeah, I think they were talking about the infrastructure being already laid down and ready, and they've got like a whole city surrounding the area for the workers to live at as they build the line. Now construction of it has gone really slow. This was a project that was originally thought of in 2015, and it was officially announced in 2021, the construction beginning a little bit over a year ago. But I just thought I would show all of those photos, and then we'll get to the whole idea. Why is the line being built? Everyone's talking, saying there's no way this is going to happen. I'll go through the renderings. Let me just say, I have a lot of experience when it comes to dealing with renderings, especially when it comes to stadiums. One of the things that you realize quite quickly is that the final result is never as good as the rendering. And when it comes to the line, these renderings just, quite frankly, do not make sense. I do not see how this is going to be possible. It looks like the exterior walls are some type of mirror reflective glass. I also have questions about the foundation of it. Can that actually support those two large structures going about 75 miles and then ending right at the Red Sea? It just seems extremely far-fetched to me, but let's remember they've planned several different projects in and around this area of Saudi Arabia. This is not just the only one. They also want to build a massive ski resort in the desert, and there's just a crazy rendering on this. Like this rendering for the ski resort, it looks like if you asked Midjourney to show me an image of what skiing will be in the year 2070, it would spit something like this out. It just, like, holy crap, if they actually build something like that, the renderings of this stuff, it really is remarkable. And apparently the line is going to be 10 times denser than Manhattan. This translates into a population density of 265,000 people per square kilometer. There's also criticism surrounding the mobility. It is just one linear line, so getting from one area to another, unlike a city, which is a circle, is going to be very, very challenging. A line is the least efficient possible shape of a city. It will be very hard to maneuver within the line based on its location. I'll be honest, this does not seem like good living at all. Imagine living in this thing. I mean, it would be cool for a day, but just even in the renderings, like, where is your home? You know, like the whole thing, it's like a jungle forest with two walls. Very, very strange. And then also there's the angle, why would Saudi Arabia be building this? Well, it might have something to do with the current state of the world and how they view oil, which is a massive export of Saudi Arabia. It's how they make a lot of their money. Independent research group Climate Action Tracker, Saudi Arabia is the biggest net exporter of crude oil in the world and produced 12.3% of the world total in 2019. While the kingdom is in no rush to change this, the line and its parent project, Nami, suggest it is conscious of an eventual energy transition. And so that goes to the whole idea of the line being zero net emissions, green friendly. What is pushing these projects forward is a desire by Saudi Arabia to test if it can turn into a vibrant non-oil economy. In the long term, the kingdom's survival depends on how well it transforms from an oil economy to a more diverse economy, and this project could potentially kickstart that. This article coming out a few weeks ago reads, Saudi Arabia's crown prince and architects say the line is, quote, very doable. This was a documentary on the line that was done, and in it they talk about the future of it. According to the documentary, the futuristic city will be divided into 140 different modulars, each at 800 meters long. Bloomberg has reported that NAMI is looking to raise around $2.7 billion for the project, which will be 33 times the size of New York City and nearly the size of Belgium. The line has been labeled the biggest infrastructure project in history. To me, I would equate living in something like this almost to living on Mars in a way, just completely different, out from any type of civilization. Also, you do have the idea, who's going to be living here exactly? You know, if they are looking at 5 million people by 2040 or 2035, where are those people coming from? There has been the idea that maybe NAMI could be its own separate city, which possibly could ease some people looking to move into that area. But apparently Saudi Arabia has said, no, that's not going to be happening. NAMI will still follow the same laws as the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which is a turnoff to a lot of people. Also, that's a reason why the big-time Six Flags amusement park that's going up in Qiddiya, Saudi Arabia right now is really not being talked about. It's amazing. They are building the world's biggest, fastest, and tallest roller coaster. It's going up right now. Nobody seems to care because it is located in Saudi Arabia. But that's another project that's happening that people don't really know. Is that actually going to work? People have questioned. It is a crazy idea of an amusement park located in a desert, but that's another project that is currently under construction as well. So they've got a bunch of different projects. So we will have to see what ends up happening to all of these mega projects that are happening in this part of Saudi Arabia. Right now, it just looks like they're excavating. There is no real build to it. And I would say that 20% number comes from the initial infrastructure they've transported to the plant city, which is where all the workers are staying right now. The actual project, I would say, if I had to estimate right now, how far along are they in terms of construction? I mean, if they want to have the first people here, they're saying by 2025, around 500,000 people by 2025, around 5 million by 2030, they're going to have to get moving. I would say they're less than 5% even. I mean, they're honestly at like 1% right now. They're just excavating the ground area. They haven't even started building up the bottom and building up the walls of it. But let's remember, these are multiple projects that are going to be going on. It's not like it's just one big off thing. I know a lot of people think this is eventually going to be abandoned. I think that's probably most likely as well because the renderings are just, there's no way it's going to look like the renderings. If this thing gets built, it's impossible. It's like you can make a rendering of whatever you want and say this is going to happen, and then it seems like something that would be designed in the year 2080 or 2090. The technology just is simply not there for something like that right now with where we stand in 2023. We will have to see how far this project ends up going, but that is the update right now, July of 2023. The excavation is happening, the construction is ongoing, but it is moving very, very slow because it's been a little bit over a year and they are seemingly still excavating it. If they plan to have people in a few years, that doesn't seem very realistic to me based on their current construction progress, but we'll see. Either way, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description.